Bible Tales by Heart.
A long time ago, in the ancient land of Israel, there lived a man named Jonah. Jonah was a prophet of God, someone chosen to carry God's messages to people. He believed in God's power and had seen him do mighty things. But one day, Jonah was given a task he didn't want. God spoke to Jonah and said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh. Tell the people there that their wickedness has come up before me. If they do not turn from their evil ways, I will destroy the city." Now, Nineveh was a city filled with cruelty, violence, and corruption. Its people had turned far away from goodness. Jonah, like many others, believed the people of Nineveh didn't deserve God's mercy. He didn't want to go. So instead of obeying God, Jonah decided to run. He packed his things, hurried to the port city of Joppa, and found a ship heading for Tarshish, a place far in the opposite direction from Nineveh. He thought he could escape God by going far away. Jonah paid the fare, boarded the ship, and as soon as they set sail, he went down to the lower deck and fell into a deep sleep. But God saw Jonah running and sent a mighty storm over the sea. The wind howled. The waves rose high and crashed against the ship. The sailors, experienced men of the sea, were terrified. Each one prayed to his own God, hoping for mercy. They threw their cargo overboard to lighten the ship, but nothing worked. The ship's captain went down and found Jonah asleep. He shook him awake and shouted, "How can you sleep? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe he will take notice of us, and we will not perish." The sailors gathered and decided to cast lots, a way of choosing by chance, to see who was responsible for the storm. The lot fell on Jonah. They questioned him, "Who are you? Where are you from? What have you done?" Jonah admitted the truth. "I am a Hebrew," he said. "I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." The sailors were even more afraid. "What have you done?" they cried, for they knew he was running from God. Jonah told them, "The storm is because of me. Throw me into the sea, and it will become calm." The sailors didn't want to harm him. They rowed hard to bring the ship to shore, but the sea grew wilder. Finally, they prayed to Jonah's God, "Please, Lord, do not hold us guilty for taking this man's life." Then, with heavy hearts, they picked Jonah up and threw him into the sea. At once, the raging storm stopped. The sea became calm. The sailors were astonished and filled with awe. They offered a sacrifice to God and made vows to him. But Jonah didn't drown. God, in his mercy, had prepared a great fish, some say a giant whale, others a monstrous sea creature. The fish came and swallowed Jonah whole. Inside the belly of the fish, in darkness and fear, Jonah remained for 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed. His voice echoed in the hollow belly as he cried out to God. "In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you listened to my cry." Jonah promised to turn back to God and fulfill his duty. After 3 days, God commanded the fish to vomit Jonah onto dry land. Drenched and humbled, Jonah lay there on the shore, alive. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. "Go to Nineveh and proclaim the message I give you." This time, Jonah obeyed. He entered the massive city of Nineveh, so large it took 3 days to walk through. Jonah proclaimed, 40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed." The people of Nineveh believed the message. From the king down to the poorest villager, they fasted and wore sackcloth to show their sorrow. Even the animals were made to fast. The king left his throne, dressed in sackcloth, and sat in the dust. He declared, "Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and violence." Who knows? God may yet relent and withhold his anger. When God saw their humble hearts and genuine repentance, he showed them mercy. He spared the city. But Jonah was displeased. He felt angry and bitter. He had hoped the city would be destroyed. He complained to God, "Isn't this what I said, Lord? That's why I fled to Tarshish. I knew you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love." Jonah left the city and made a shelter outside its walls. He sat there, waiting to see what would happen. God, in his kindness, caused a leafy plant to grow beside Jonah, giving him shade and easing his discomfort. Jonah was pleased with the plant. But the next morning, God sent a worm that chewed the plant's stem, and it withered. Then, as the sun rose, God sent a scorching east wind. The sun beat down on Jonah's head, and he grew faint. In his misery, Jonah wished to die. "It would be better for me to die than to live," he said. God spoke to Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah replied, "It is. And I'm so angry, I wish I were dead." Then God said, "You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It came up in a night and perished in a night. Should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, where there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and also many animals?" And with those words, God reminded Jonah, and all of us, that his mercy is not only for a few, but for everyone willing to turn to him.